What's the dumbest myth people today believe? I, as an estate lawyer, deal with constantly is the idea that there needs to be a reading of the will, where the family all gather and the lawyer reads it aloud to them for the first time. We don't do that, we just mail everyone their own copy if they want it. It's a really stubbornly persistent one because people continue to see scenes of it in movies and TV shows, where it's used for some big dramatic reveal. I've even had irate beneficiaries insist that the administration of the estate can't be official until there's a reading. Way back, like 150 years ago or so, I believe we used to do something like that at times because you couldn't exactly presume literacy on the part of the beneficiaries. But now we feel it's a pretty safe bet that you can either read it or find someone who can. They'd also do it because everyone was already together, and it was easier than trying to communicate by horse-drawn mail. I remember the myth that gum takes 7 years to fully pass through your digestive system. That takes me back to being 5 years old again. I think that was just a mom tactic to keep you from constantly swallowing your gum. My 6-year-old daughter accidentally swallowed some gum a couple months ago. She excitedly told me when she saw it come out into the toilet later. She knows the truth. Many people still believe hymens are like plastic food seals that cover up the hole and get popped when you have sex for the first time, and if a girl doesn't bleed, she's not a virgin. Yep, it's a dumb one. It's just a thin piece of tissue. It can tear from things that aren't sex, and can heal as well, and some women just never had one. So you can have a woman who's a virgin whose hymen has been torn, and a woman who's taken a break from having almost daily sex whose hymen is entirely intact. Piggybacking on the vagina topic, the myth that multiple partners will make a vagina loose. Here's what actually happens. The vagina tense up during arousal to create more room for a penis, sort of like a reverse erection. Being nervous can inhibit that process. Unless there is a medical condition like vaginism present, experienced women have an easier time relaxing enough to make penetration possible, getting wet and tenting up, and who knows, even having fun with it. Halloween candy is commonly laced with drugs or razor blades. No one, and I mean no one, is giving their drugs to your 8-year-old for free. The only evidence of this actually happening is a parent trying to poison their own child. So as long as you aren't the one poisoning your kid, there's probably nothing to worry about. Still blows my mind that people think the earth is flat. Honestly, what reason would world governments have to hide the shape of the earth? Plus cats. If the earth was flat, cats would have pushed everything off by now. Also, how would they possibly keep the millions of people silent that they need to? I work in a restaurant, and the second anything happens, everybody knows it. That you eat spiders in your sleep. Spider will not knowingly walk into a predator's mouth. They can sense both the heartbeat, heat, and noise from humans. All things that would alert them not to go into our mouth. I kinda needs this to be true. I blame my weight on the copious amounts of spiders I'm ingesting every night. It is believed in Indian culture that keeping your unibrow means good luck. I kept my unibrow for 20 years thinking it is my good luck, until I got stage 5 of kidney failure and I did my eyebrows after that because who gives a fuck about luck anymore? Now my eyebrows look cute as fuck. Indian culture, and I think most old cultures to be honest, have this thing where they take something that is usually seen as a negative in society and try to spin it as a good luck or fortune thing to make everyone accept it. Like massive foreheads mean intelligence. I can't think of others now, but there are plenty. I guess back in the day it helped those that would otherwise be ostracized or bullied get accepted. Had to explain to a grown-ass adult that blood isn't blue inside the body and red once it hits oxygen because blood already carries oxygen. That humans only use 10% of their brain. This is false, regardless of how those who proclaim this myth seemingly demonstrate that it is in fact true. I had a health teacher in school who told us once it's probably okay to actually drink during pregnancy because chances are the brain damage will happen to the 90% of the brain humans don't use, so it won't have any effect on the baby. He proved this by talking about some woman he knew who drank during pregnancy, and one of her sons is a student in the gifted program, and the other one is an idiot. The gifted student got lucky and got brain damage to the unused 90%. Just what a fact. This is like saying we only use 33% of a traffic signal. To be fair, A lot of people only use 10% of their brain at a traffic signal. Black belts have to register their fists as weapons. I can't believe I was dumb enough to fall for that. If you walk around with your hands in your pockets, do they become concealed weapons? That there are magic pills that make you lose weight and gain muscle without ever going to a gym. Or that there are snake oils that will take years off of your face and make you look young. There's a sucker born every minute. Technically, there are pills that will make you lose weight without the gym. Methamphetamines. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. Yes, it does. That's the entire reason for lightning rods on buildings. Detox drinks. Used to work somewhere that sold juice cleanses. 1. Your body does not need something to cleanse its liver and kidneys like that. Your liver and kidneys are the cleansers. If anything, you're just giving them a break by laying off alcohol and cheeseburgers. 2. You only feel better cause for a couple days you're actually getting some vitamins into your system for once and aren't eating steaming piles of shit at every meal. It's not the presence of the juice, it's the absence of the other shit. 3. The fruit juices portion are just sugary and tasty. Of course they feel good. There are still people who believe that having sex in certain positions or eating certain foods can influence the sex of your unborn child or impact whether you have twins multiples. I had a friend who thought if you didn't have sex or masturbate for a while then it increased your chances of having twins triplets. It's been 4 weeks of building up pressure. Now my sperm is going to come out with such force that it will shatter that egg. That there are dozens of hot singles in my area just dying to meet me. There are dozens of hot singles in my area. None of them want to have sex with me. Not sure if this fits here exactly, but the McDonald's hot coffee lawsuit being a frivolous case filed by a money-hungry customer. That poor lady was a real victim who suffered legitimate injuries who only wanted her medical costs covered. I would never call that a myth. I would call that a hatchet job, conspiracy, plot, media manipulation, character assassination, whatever you want. But you're correct, that poor lady was done so dirty by McDonald's after the lawsuit. And if I recall correctly, she wasn't even looking for a payout. She just wanted the resulting medical bills to be paid for. Headlights off at night is a gangbanger initiation rite. So, don't flash your lights at them. I remember when this hit the news back in the 90s. They ran stories about not flashing oncoming cars or you may be shot. This phenomenon now has a name, top-tier trolling. We'll never find out who started that rumor, but I'm sure they're still laughing to this very day. The whole alpha-beta male thing. Even the wolves don't believe it. If you drop a penny off a skyscraper, it will eventually fall fast enough to puncture someone's skull. By that logic, raindrops would hurt like a bitch or straight up kill you, not to mention hail. I've met people who think terminal velocity is the speed at which point an object can kill you. Trickle-down economics. Oh, I don't want to make more money, because then I'll lose more money to taxes and take home less. You only get taxed on the money that's made above your current bracket. It's literally impossible to make more money and take home less. Astrology. It's just a fun, nerdy thing, but now it's almost religious beliefs. These people annoyed the shit out of me. I discussed it with a guy for about an hour. He couldn't accept the fact that I didn't believe it. The conversation ended with him asking me my sign, and then using my sign as the reason why I don't believe it. I see this excuse used often to explain why people don't believe it, regardless of the sign the person is. It's the cop-out answer. That you can target fat loss in specific areas of the body by doing certain exercises, like doing sit-ups to lose belly fat. That if you touch a baby bird, its mother will abandon it because of the smell. Birds actually have a very crappy sense of smell. The reason you shouldn't touch, or take away, a baby bird is because more likely than not, the parent bird is around and aware of the situation, and you will scare them away. Australia. Definitely. I've been to so-called Australia. I'm convinced the plane just took the long way to California. That shaving makes your hair grow back thicker. My 37-year-old partner still believes this, and it does my nut in. My mom laid this on me thick when I started asking her if I could shave my legs. She made me think that once you shave, you can't go back to not shaving or you'll turn into Sasquatch. This was the 90s with information readily available. What a fact made her think that is beyond me. Joke's on you, Mom. I don't shave from November to April every year and my leg hair is the least weird thing about me, thank you. The moon landing was fake. Ignoring that there was 6 moon landings. There is no way Russia or China wouldn't call them out. Russia had launched the Sputnik and had the first human in space. They had the means to track the moon landers. Both China and Russia can now get satellite maps of the moon. They can see the lander on the surface. No way either of them wouldn't miss the chance to humiliate the US. Do what you love and never work a day in your life. No one is paying me to play video games and eat pizza. That Titanic's third class were locked below, and not allowed into the boats. Just about any myth on the Titanic topic, especially conspiracy theories, are extremely dumb. Being cold is what makes you sick. That an MLM can actually work, sorry, but you're selling rubbish to people who don't want it. If you were as successful as your Instagram account claims you are, you'd be getting headhunted by top sales firms, not trying to sell dish clothes and vitamin pills at 50 pounds ago. What's the dumbest myth people today believe? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.